Hello? 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 Para para pam 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 pam. Para pam. Para. Let's see. Hello. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome. To another stream of playing shit. Oh, we have a picture of the day. Oh, I just closed it. Picture of the day. Well, why not? Old sky. Definitely old sky. Yep. So, what I want to do, we are preparing for the release, right? And I would like to do the release this weekend. Who posted this? Me. Yeah, me. I want to prepare a release for this weekend, right? We have a lot of stuff in the new release, which is great. But one thing that people continue to complain is that the game is not polished, right? Did you enjoy your time playing Star Citizen? Oh my god. I tell you that I was playing it half an hour ago. So, because I'm a very stubborn person, as you may imagine. And as you may have understood by now. And being stubborn, I don't like to lose. And I don't like to have an unsolved puzzle of any kind, right? So I played it again after dinner, like 1 hour ago, and I have to say that if you go to different systems, to different planets, not the starting planets where there is less people, it works a bit better. It lags less, it moves better, and things are kind of working. I mean, I think it still is completely overdone from the UI perspective, like it's super hard to use. And there are sub menu, which are like impossible to find at the beginning. But anyway, it kind of works, but you will find a lot of bugs. So I complained quite a bit, and people in the chat are saying it's an alpha, don't worry, we'll get better, right? But yeah, they are making this game since 10 plus years. I don't know when was the first release, but at least 10 years. And they have spent already $860 million, right? Which is absolutely insane. So yeah. But anyway, since we are preparing for the release, I would like to try to polish a bit the game. Now, our game is very dirty. It's like a pile of, well, I don't want to say what, but like people said in the YouTube video I've seen today, they need more money. They need more money. They don't have enough money. Exactly, not enough money. So there are a few things I want to do to improve the game at the beginning, at least. So one thing are the tutorial messages, right? So when you start the game, the first thing that you click, the first thing that you see, like the first time you click an object, the first time you click an NPC, the first time you click an item or whatever, the first time you get a quest, right? You get a kind of a help message, right? It is telling you a few things about, how to, so it's like a tutorial message, right? And what I was thinking was that I would like to add more of those messages in the initial area, right? So that you get slowly some hints on how the game works, right? More slowly. So what I did, I reduced the first text. The first text were really telling you a lot, right? And I think that I've seen some video of people playing for the first time, and basically none of them read after the second line, right? So I know it's a bit sad, but that's what it is. So I think that we should keep these messages fairly short, right? And or anyway, spread more the information on multiple pop-ups instead of having one pop-up explaining a lot of things, right? And so, for example, right, what I did in our this is the area where you arrive and and you start the game, right? So as soon as you land here, that is the player start, right? The first pop-up shows. And the first pop-up says, welcome. I can zoom it in case. It says, welcome. You can move with was the key, jump with space, and sprint with shift. Sprinting will be useful very soon as it helps you move faster and reach your targets. You can zoom the camera with the mouse wheel. I think this one I already reduced it because before it was also saying you can press C to enter mouse mode, blah blah blah. But it was probably too much, right? So I think that this is enough for the first thing. Then you walk, and I placed another hint here, right? There is a trigger hint. So basically, will trigger when you traverse it, when you touch it, right? And this trigger hint is number 11. Number 11. So this one will tell you can press C to enter mouse mode, to enter mouse movement mode. Press C again to exit from this mode and be able to again to click on items or UI, right? This is a bit of a critical one because if people press it and then they don't know how to exit from it, right? Escape doesn't work. So C, you have to press C again. And so I think it's important to tell them as soon as possible. Also because this allows you to move with your mouse. So you basically, where you point your mouse, your character is moving. And I think that's very handy to know, right? But when you are in that mode, obviously you cannot click on the UI anymore because the mouse can be used for one or the other thing, right? So, so this is what we say here. Then you arrive here, right? And I know it's a very short distance, but unfortunately at the beginning I have to give you some information. Here there is another pop-up, which is number 10. And number 10 says, right-click on objects you see to get their description. It may contain useful hints to proceed in your adventure. Right? So this is, I think, relevant. This, I think, is relevant because what I wanted to do, and I started doing it, I would like at least all the initial area to have stuff that you can right-click and get a description on, because I want people to get more into the mood that you have to, that is an adventure game, right? It's not a shooting game. So you don't come to this game to shoot or to kill monster continuously, right? And do nothing else, right? So it's a narrative game. So we tell a story, we tell lore about the universe, about the planets, about the gods, about whatever, right? So if you don't want a game like this, you are in the wrong game, right? So if you want to kill, combat, you know, special moves, it's not our game, right? It's not our game. Maybe it will be in the future when combat will be better, but we don't start from there, right? So we don't start from combat. We start from lore and story and background, right? And things like that. So Yeah, so these triggers will actually trigger. I can show you how they trigger. So for example, here we are at the beginning. And I walk in this direction, I should catch the first trigger, right? Yeah, you see the first trigger is, and it says, you can press C to enter mouse movement mode. Press C again to exit from this mode, right? So if you press C now, hopefully the player will do it. We'll see that he can actually move without touching the... I mean, the view is following, right? So this character is going, right? And here you have right click on the object you see to get the description. I think that it may contain useful hints. Okay. And now here, if you press C again, right, he enters. Now the only problem is that this one re-enables mouse mode because it's a pop-up, right? And you have to be able to click on OK. And so you may lose mouse mode by doing so. But okay, that I cannot easily solve, right? Okay, then you come here, and what and since he told you that you have to right click on stuff, right? You will come here, you will start to right click on stuff, right? And I added to these walls some description. The problem is that what I see is that this new icon about the visual equipment is actually popping up. I see two problems here. One is that I get these icons on the left when in theory is really not needed, right? So why I have these? I mean, the second one is obviously wrong, but even this one, right? You click, it does nothing. I think it's just confusing, right? Because it seems that you are clicking something. So or we put it here, or we just don't. And now this GM edit, you will not see it, right? This GM edit is just it's just for us because we can do additional stuff. So the first thing I think we should polish is to remove these buttons when it's only a description and there is no actual interaction possible. We think it's just a permanent world where you can do what you want. I remember player who stayed years and never kill a monster, just enjoy taking it. Yeah, exactly. It depends also on the style of the player, yes. So I guess the first question is, how do we remove this icon? Let me change the music. How do we remove this icon? How do we remove that icon from the normal descriptions? And I would say, how would we also remove the second icon? Good question. So I have to go inside the context menu, right? Which is called interact. No. Which is called detail window. Right? Win item details. Yeah, exactly. This is the window. So the way it is done now doesn't really allow me to expand this part to the left, right? So I think it's not done in the proper way because at the moment it is a pure canvas. And why it's okay, right? There is a canvas. I don't so we have a vertical box, because if I collapse this vertical box, you see nothing happens. The text is not moving to the left. While in theory, I would like the text to move to the left and occupy all this space, right? And also, I don't know why this is not centered with the icons. So to do it differently, we need an overlay. At least for this part. In theory, this one is the icon of the item that you are looking at, right? Okay, let me see if I can. So if I put it in an overlay, I mean, I think I have to put it in a grid actually. If I put it in a grid and then I collapse one item, no, because it's like if I collapse this item, they're moving up, right? If I put it in a grid, it doesn't work. I have to put it in an horizontal box where yeah, I think so. I think so. Let me try. So if I wrap it with an horizontal box, right? And then I put inside the horizontal box this, and I put the item description inside the horizontal box. And then I say to the item description to take the maximum space. But it's not doing it. Why? Why? Why we have a sides box inside of this thing? Because I wanted to have it. Item description. No, we have a scroll, I'm fine, but I don't understand why we have this sides box, right? Which is in between our text. I don't understand it too much. And also I don't understand why. I mean, if this text box is long, I think it will, if this text is long, I think he will somehow, right? Why? Why is not taking the full space? Why? I mean, if I click on fill, it does it. Yeah, but in theory, even on auto should do it, right? Yeah, why did it now? Why did it now while it didn't do it before? Why? It is very weird. It does it only at runtime? What the fuck? What? Auto wrap. He's acting very strangely. He's acting very strangely. He's acting very strangely. This is probably why I added inside a sides box, maybe? He's acting very, very strangely, though. Now, the other problem is I think is this window is a bit too small. Because when you get multiple icons, and also I think that the space at the top is very misused. Right, so I don't know why we did it this way, but we have more space, right? I don't understand why we decided to do it this way. So we are not using the space in a smart way. I mean, I understand you want a bit of space from there to there, right? But not insane. I don't understand why. I mean, should I override the height? But he's still doing whatever he wants. He's still doing whatever he wants. No, because I wanted, you know, I wanted this to happen. When I hide, you see, when I hide the icons on the left, this is a pure description. This is what I wanted to do, right? The problem is that if I have a size box on the width, right, they will not work. But it seems that this shit is not resizing automatically. I don't know why. It's resizing very strangely, right? Like half of the window. And even with the fill, it's not doing it. Why? I think this horizontal. I think it's the horizontal box that is fucking things up. I think it's the horizontal box. But if I change the horizontal box with, for example, a grid, right? The grid really needs. I mean, I can replace this with a grid, right? Let me see if this helps or doesn't help. So the grid will have the vertical box in 0, 0, yep, and the scroll in 0, 1. Okay, so in theory it looks the same. Now, and the other should have the size 1, so it's taking the wall space. So if now I hide, okay, with the grid works way better. Now, the only problem is the vertical thing, because this thing seems not to be scrolling anymore. No! Why? Why? Huh? Why? What the fuck? Hmm? But if I do a size box, I have exactly the same problem as before. Ah, now it works. Okay. Maybe like this it kind of works, huh? The only thing I think that I want a bit of space from the left, right? Because it's a bit too annoying. Okay, we can try like this. So like this should be a bit more compact, and this thing should actually scroll properly. And if I hide the vertical box, which by the way I want to make it a variable, and I will call it vbox icons, right? Vbox icon. So what I want to do is that if the object is just an action location, I like it, the tutorial makes sense. It set up the character to learn how to do some things that you will need in the game. Yeah, like cooking was my thing. Yeah, slowly, but yeah, I think it does a bit, yeah. So now my question is, do I know if this is an action location? I know. Now the only problem is that it could be an action location for the forge, right? I see. So in reality, we have to test this change well, because if I break it, you will not be able to use items anymore. So it's a bit, you know, it's a bit sensitive. Set item content, item name, description, mesh, texture, icon. So for example, if the icon is empty, which I think it happens for action locations, set up button by icon name. No, but I think I need a better way. I need a better system. I need to know. Setup, no wait. Setup, texture icon second consumable, item actor, container dislocated equality percentage. Yeah, but the question is, how do I know? How do I know if this is just an item? Is action location. Is action location. Who is setting this? Set is action location. There is a bit of an hard-coded thing. Huh. If the stack count is equal to -1. Interesting. If the stack count is equal to -1, then it is an action location. Set up button icon by name. Set visibility. Ah no, but wait a second. It cannot be the forge, right? It cannot be the forge because the forge will be using the container detail panel. Ah, okay. We have two separate panels. Okay. So that's simpler. That is way simpler. Okay, so you know what we will do? We will do this. We will, instead of doing that, I think we will just hide the VBox icons, right? Set visibility, collapse. So this will actually, yeah, the color I have to fix it again, right? This for a second, let me remove it, but I keep it there because I want to check if it works before removing, right? So if it's not an action location, so it's a normal item, right? By default, we have to re-enable that, right? We absolutely need to re-enable that. Otherwise, you will not see it the next time you open another item. So we will have to say VBox icon, set visibility. I don't know what is the default. I mean, if it's not it testable or what. Yeah, not it testable is the default. Okay. So I think this will clean up the interface a bit, right? So that you don't see icons for You don't see icons for action locations. I think it would be nice to make this window a bit nicer. I think this window is very, very bare. I mean, it's like super, super shit. Can we make it a bit better or no? I mean, I think that the point is that if we could make it at least, I don't know. I think all these windows are very bare, actually. I don't know, with a nice border, some background, something, you know? Okay, let me anyway test this change, because this change is important. If we do it wrong... if we do it wrong, is a problem. If we do damages there, not very nice. So what, guys, what other information I need to give to the player with those pop-ups that you think the player may need? I mean, should I tell them to press I to open the inventory, or is it too simple? I mean, I don't know exactly what new players need. I mean, for sure they need the C for the camera control, and for sure they need a shift for sprinting, even if it's simple, but we need to tell them. They need to know that they can right click on stuff, right? Ah, very nice. So we don't have the icon anymore. There is just the description and the text. Now, if I open another item, yeah, like this one, then you get, okay, then this works properly again, right? Okay, that is very good. Now, in theory, we have to test. Yeah, but it will go into the furnace. Okay, I think I'm happy that I removed the icons here because they were just confusing. They were super confusing. Now, here you still have them, right? Because you can still visually inspect the item. And you can... Now, that item was not the greatest, I would say, but yeah, also this one. Because we are in the dummy database, but anyway, yeah, this one. Right, you can inspect the item and you can visually keep it if you want, right? Okay. Now these icons are all one attached to the other. I don't know exactly why, but it's not very nice. I would like to have a different background for this window actually, but I don't know. Okay, now you have a bit of a distance between each icon. So it should be a bit better. Okay, there was a fix that I wanted to do since some time already. Okay, so basically if you look, right, now it's telling you some stuff. So for example, too small, I cannot read it. This you cannot read. You cannot read this. It's not small. Well, I don't know what is your monitor, but compare it to the text that is in the chat. That is the text. Perhaps you can add a thing on the famous compendium with the basic commands. Yeah, the compendium. Hey, in theory also the achievements. The compendium. Maybe the first time you get an achievement, it should tell you to open the achievement window. I think the compendium will be very relevant for the locations, right? For the maps. I don't know why they don't load here. Probably because we are in the dummy database. Yeah, we are in the dummy database. I really would like to improve this window though. Having a decent border, I don't know, some background. It's really, really bad. Really bad. But anyway, I add the description like careful laid stone blocks from form a section of what must be in a grand structure, flanked by ornate columns in refined style of early Ilian builders. Deep cracks run across the surface and the upper edge is violently torn. The damage suggests perhaps the result of a siege weapon. Right? Yeah. So I want you to be able to click on stuff. So you will be able to click there, you will be able to click here. You see, with a plaque or something. So this is the description they added, right? That you can read if you want. If you don't care, don't care.
This hall will be the greatest structure in the new city.
And
a monument to our civilization, our faith, and our strength.
And actually you can also right click on the guy and get his description, right? Maybe the old border window from PS Legacy with the plants. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking something like that. I was thinking to a better window with the borders. What about the pinball machine sort of effect when you win a new achievement? The pinball. You mean the sound? What happened? My character was moving super strange.
We build halls to inspire. Now we raise walls to endure. The city begins to arm itself.
You see, you can read stuff, and there is a bit more information about the lore and the game and such, right? And also this thing is, so I hope that people why this thing is double? Wow, I think that's the wrong copy paste. I think that's the wrong copy paste. Oh yes. Okay, I fixed it. So now we will be only the first part. Yeah, only the first part. Today I found a wonderful book about plant in art from the 1800s. Wow. Very nice. So, yes. By the way, maybe we can also have this one. Can I right click on this? I think I can. Blocker door bump, but it's a bit different if I click it this way. Colored cube. Blocker door bump. Magical seal, we will call it. Magical seal. So we can say the path seems to be blocked by a magical seal. You have to. You feel you still have something to do before you can pass. You feel something is incomplete, you feel you still have something to solve. Before you can pass. Okay, you see, we have this nice thing. Ah, by the way, it works also. Okay, well. It works also when there is no door. Even better. You see how easy I can add descriptions to the game? That's a pretty cool feature that we have. So I can do it at runtime like this, and it's basically associating the object to the description, and it can also in theory trigger some actions, but at the moment they are only descriptions in this area. Just a second. Just a second. Ah, I still have a slice. I still have a slice of pizza. I forgot. Okay, well, in this case. Oh. Sorry, I forgot. I still had a slice of pizza. I didn't finish it at dinner. Because I got distracted. Nom nom nom. No. 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 I like pizza. No. Very nice. Just have to wash my hands. Okay. Sorry for the pause. 4 stagioni. No, this one was pizza grigliata. Pizza, but I don't think it exists. Similar. Basically there was meat on top. Yeah, kind of similar of this. Pizza grigliata means with grilled stuff on top. I love Vivaldi, exactly. I always said that the pizza quattro stagioni was invented by Vivaldi, right? Okay. Okay, basically here.
They are attacking. They're inside the city walls. To arms!
The other thing I want to do.
This well will serve hundreds of people in case of need.
This one I didn't describe. This one I forgot to describe, so we need to describe this one as well. We will call it ancient or water well. Let me ask ChatGPT to help me. I have a water well. What do we want to say on this water well? This well will serve hundreds of people in case of need. I don't know what we want to say of this water well, actually. I mean, I still want to have a description, but it's not very relevant. We can say something like, you hear the sound. I have a water well. I like to say, you hear the sound, or you hear the echo. You hear the echo from below. It seems very deep, and a fresh and cool air comes from it. Something like that. I don't know. ChatGPT will do the rest. The 4 seasons, exactly. The well is built from smooth stone block, is edged won by years of use. As you peer inside, a faint echo rises depth below, distant and hollow. If you reach it beyond the ground, a gentle current, cool, fresh, kind of scent of clean and warm water. Even in the middle of the vision chaos, the well feels calm, untouched. No, okay, let's rework this. I mean, it's not bad, but we can be better. The well is built from stone block. I think it's pretty much useless, but we can say the well is built well, we can say it's built from stone blocks. I mean, you can see it, so it's not adding much, right? The well is built, I think I want to add something more, right? Something that you don't see, not what you see. The well is built from stone block. As you peek inside, basically the part that I want is this one. As you peer inside, a faint echo rises from the depth below. This one we don't need. A gentle current of cool fresh air drifts upward, carrying the scent of clean water and stone. And stone, no, and musk. Not Elon, but musk. Okay. Okay, so now... Okay, now we also have this one. So you can click it and see it. What about food? Have you found a sandwich in Star Citizen? Oh my god, it's Star Citizen, my god. I mean, it's insane. But I played it a bit today before coming to stream.
This
and
hall will be the greatest structure.
It
in the new
improved a
city.
bit. It improved a bit.
Monument to our civilization, our faith.
Okay, so in theory now we should have discovered everything, no? Oh no, we're missing the guy.
They're attacking. They're inside.
Help me, I need help! Someone help me, please!
Okay, now we arrive here. I don't know if I need, you know, if I need just a very small background so that the text stands out a bit more, because I think at the moment it's a bit rough, right? It's a bit rough on the background. Maybe I can improve it. No. So can we have a background? Can we have a background of this text? By the way, this text is going the full way. No, I think I cut it off, no? Huh? What? Ah, yes, because from here to here is cut off already. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, can we have a background to this thing? Does the text have a background, or do I have to put an image on top of it? I mean below it. I think I have to put an image or something. Because this color is the color of the text. Is not the color of yeah. So I think if we want a small background, right? If you want a small background, the only way would be to add, I don't know if I have to add an image with a text inside or what. Let me try. Can the text be a child of the image? No, it cannot. Ay, 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 ay. So if this text expands, column span 3, let me see if I can. Yeah, but I can because it is a grid, so being a grid I can do whatever I want. So I can. Now I think the problem is, what is the color of this background, right? And how strong it is, right? I think I would like to, yeah, I would like to have something like this, very, very thin but visible, probably 0.2. 0.2. Okay, so emg text bg. So if I duplicate this, so as you can see, I'm trying to do small changes that hopefully are a bit nicer, right? I mean, make the things slightly nicer. I think probably will be good to redo the whole thing, but you know, yeah, it can be something like this. Why there is this space though? I mean, why this is not, because there is 20, 30, 30, okay. So we use the same padding. Okay, fantastic. So this will be identical. Okay. Let me see if we can do this. Yes. The padding is the same, right? Padding, no, the padding is actually not the same. Okay. So it is the same padding now. Yeah, I don't understand why the padding is not the same though, because I think it should. Yeah, I think it should actually. Exactly. So copy, paste. I don't know. It's a small change, but maybe we'll make the text a bit more readable, right? Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay, we will see. This should make it slightly more readable than what it is now. What it is now, I think, is very brutal on the background. Now it will have a box around, right? And so I think it will be nicer. I think it would be nicer. So okay, you choose a trait, right? You choose a trait. You take that. You see also the animation of you taking the shard. And now you can go here, right? Ah, no, sorry. That is where we came from. This is where we came from. Okay, so we have to go that way. So now this should not block me anymore. And here there is another tip, right? You can crouch by pressing Alt and you can toggle between walk and run with control, right? Why this thing is not centered, by the way? It's not vertically centered, huh? Why? Why? Why is not vertically centered? Why? Scroll box, text message. Text message. How do I make it so that it is because the scroll box is fixed. The scroll box is fixed. The scroll box doesn't know. Because I can click sites to content, but my fear is that if I do sites to content, then it will not scroll anymore. Yeah. Yep. I don't think it's easily solvable. Because or is a scroll box and then you start from the beginning, or is normal text. No, I cannot solve it. I don't know. At least I don't know how to solve it. So it will. I mean, it's a bit annoying. Would be better if it was in the middle, right? But anyway, that's what it is. Now
It's
here we
a
speak
dark
with this
energy,
guy.
A negative being with terrible plans, consuming many worlds. Vodul fought
You
it
cannot-
and defeated it, but couldn't destroy it fully.
You cannot click on this guy. I don't know why. Probably because the name is different. Floating eyes C2. Floating eyes C2. The problem is that now I don't know which one is which. I don't know which one is which. This one is the one that I did already. Okay. This one. So we can reuse any of the others actually. We can reuse any of the others. Floating eyes C2. Floating eyes C2. Now All these coordinates are different though. So I need to save these coordinates. Yeah, because I'm basically transferring an old trigger to a new trigger, right? And so the only way for me to do it is basically to do a copy. To do a copy of all the coordinates. Fuck, he didn't copy the last one. What was the last one? 121. Let me see. 121. Okay, it works. Now, the description, right? So what description? This is the second time that you speak with this guy. If you look at it, do we want to have a different description? I would say yes, if possible. So the creature's eye seems to blink faster in approval. You found... Okay, that is obviously wrong. Because the shards are no more... Well, no, they are, but... wait. So this was actually the third one, eh? So the creature's eye seems to blink faster in approval. You found one of the shard. Or you... yeah. You found one of the shards, and you feel your energy is coming back. Radius 3, instance 1. Okay, save. Okay, so you can also read the description of this guy. Now, as you go through, you arrive here. Here, in theory, we could have another pop-up. Do we want another pop-up here? Do we want another pop-up, guys? I don't know what else I have to explain to the people. I already explained all of this. Unfortunately, you don't have anything in your inventory at this point, right? When you arrive here, your inventory is completely empty. So even if I tell you, oh, look at your inventory, you can do this and that, I think it would be nice to give you a torch, right? The problem is that this is a complete vision, so in reality you don't get item from here. So here I will have to add descriptions pretty much for every one of these buildings. For these doors, I can do it later, I don't have to do it now with you, but because it takes me a lot of time, so I can do it. I can do it probably off stream, but yeah, we will add the description to the buildings. We will add the description. Like here is a dwarf. I'm not crazy. There is a
beams
dwarf.
must be cut just right. See, every joint strong enough to hold against the weight of 1,000 footsteps. This bridge won't just carry stone and timber. It will carry our hopes and the future of our people.
Yeah, here I cannot right click on anything, right?
These beams must be cut just right.
It's strange
See,
though, because I think
every joint
did it.
strong enough to hold against the weight of 1,000 footsteps. This bridge won't just carry stone and timber. It will carry our hopes and the future of our people.
Draken Stone BM2C0. Why is not working? There is a dwarf, yeah, exactly. This should trigger. He's active, polygon 0, radius 5, and the name seems to be correct. Probably because I moved it? No, I don't think so. I think the position... 318, 467. Yeah, I moved it. I moved it because it's very far from where it was. Okay, GG. So I have to change the locations basically. We moved. Yeah, if we move anything, unfortunately these action locations are also based on the position. And the reason they are based on the position is because we don't want you to be able to click on stuff that is very far away, or in case there are two things that are close to each other, we want to. But yeah, so I think actually that I moved it. I think I moved it. That's why it's not. That's why it's not triggering. Yeah, also vertical is moved a lot. Yeah, so if I save it now, okay, now it works. Now this description is nothing, but we will fix it. Okay, I will do all of this. I will do all of this. I will add the descriptions to do you think we should add this text to the actual chat? Because in theory I can, huh? I mean, it would be a lot of text, but I don't know. I mean, this text is pretty expandable. I mean, expandable text. So in the sense that you don't really have to memorize anything, or I mean, it's a bit of lore, there's a bit of a background, and that's it, right? So it's nothing more than that. Okay, now I think the question is, after we finish this thing and we reach the real place, right? Which is here. Should we add a few more? No. Should we add? So if I go bronze doors, labyrinth, drawbridge. Okay, one problem is that here we have a lot of plants that I actually added the description of, and now they are all invalid, right? Now can I click on the portal or not? No, I cannot click on the portal because the portal is actually a particle. So it's a very pity though, because I think it would be nice to describe the portal, but being a particle I cannot click on it unless I add like a fake
I sense your presence, traveler. Embrace my blessing. You may
I don't
know
think we
me
have
by
to
different names, but in essence, I'm Mother Nature,
slightly cut
guardian
off.
of all living things. Having witnessed catastrophes befalling many home worlds across the cosmos,
It's a bit annoying that it's
the
cut off.
repercussions of those events will endanger the delicate balance of the entire universe.
These eyes are fantastic. It's a bit annoying that it's cut off. Can we fix that? I think we can. It's not super quick. Yeah, I think it's easy. I mean, it's just a matter of changing a bit the geometry there. Now... GG finding it. No, it's easy to find. It's easy to find because we have everything perfectly organized. What happened? We have everything perfectly organized. So under levels, this is the bronze doors, right? Bronze doors, yes. I put it in order of date. And there is what the fuck? Ah, yes, exactly. Exactly. The day someone will explain me this clip, I will be happy, man. Jesus Christ. Why this clip is fucking up every level? The problem is that we are missing. Huh? Wait. It's not you. He's not here. Or maybe he's hidden. What? Wait. Everything is perfectly organized. Why don't find our? Why don't find? Why is it looking like this? But anyway, why don't find? Because it's in this file. Okay, it's in this file. Is in this file. And yeah. So the first wait a second. Wait a second, I just need to understand where this. Well, I think this thing is here. Yeah, I think this thing is. Why it doesn't look? Why it looks like it's not this one? Why? No, it is. It is because there are only two exits, right? And the one to the right is the start. Okay, 1 second. Let me just put this player start because Okay, just to remember that the player starts here, right? Just to remember that the player starts here, because otherwise we go crazy. Okay, if the player starts there, then the wall that we are looking at is this wall, right? It's this wall that is really not flat enough. Hello, Yins. 87. How did you get the vocals for that? That was actually a commission. There was a real person, incredibly enough. Most of the rest we did with the AI voice, but that one was a real person. Was a professional voiceover artist. I don't remember the cost, but it was not crazy. I mean, it was reasonable, but yeah. Because it was before AI could do what it can do today, right? Okay, so here we have a bit of a problem, that this wall is not really flat enough to be compatible with our tablet, right? With our so yeah, I see it's also not very nice, but so we want, when we come out from here, right, we look at the tablet is in front of us, so we basically need 1 2 3 4 5, let's say this piece to go backward a bit. Oops. To go backward a bit, and in particular the top, so that we can have a better flat surface to host our tablet. Doesn't have to be super flat, but we need some flatness. I think like this will already be better. I'm trying to polish a bit the start, you know, because the start of the game is where most people kind of get an impression of the game, right? And so I'm trying to yeah. I mean, add few hints and things like that. I think it would be very nice if we could give a torch to the player and explain him the inventory system. The way I had it was that we had a backpack on the ground that was spawning, but most people missed it. Most people missed the backpack. So it was at the beginning here, next to the portal, right? So we had a backpack on the ground, but the majority of the people just exit from the portal and just go straight and don't look at the side, right? So unless we really put it like there in front of them, in the middle of the room. Also, do you speak the AI vocals or just like to put them into a promote? What? Into a prompt? No, it's just a prompt. It's just a prompt. I use this website which is called Resemble. And I pay for it actually. It is Resemble AI. I think it's very, very good. I mean, for our needs, it's very good. So I'm using this one and I pay a monthly fee, and with a monthly fee I can do I don't know, 12,000 seconds. I mean, really a lot. Actually, I should use it more because this month I think I didn't use it at all. And so we will just pay $20 for nothing, right? So, which is probably what they hope, but yeah. I mean, I can put the thing there, or maybe we can have a trigger that just gives you a torch, right? And it's just executed once per player. The problem is that needs to be a kind of a client-side trigger, right? So I think it should be similar to... Okay, one thing at a time. Let's first finish this, and then we see if we can... because otherwise I'm doing too many things at the same time. It's also done all in Blueprint? No, it's done... We have a lot of C++. We have a lot of C++. We have hundreds of thousands of lines of C++. Which is mostly server side, right? It's mostly server classes. But yeah, we have a lot. We have a lot. Uh-oh. Wow, we are moving super fast. Okay, this is our trigger, right? So this is the trigger that when you walk through it, the face appears there. So I think that now if we re-import this guy, assuming that I exported in the right place, cave component labyrinth 3, let me try, re-import. This should change a bit. Yes, it changed a bit. It didn't change much, but anyway. How do I see my thingy? Huh, good question. I think the only way for me is to play it again, because that is dynamically generated, so I don't have an easy way to simulate it in the editor, because it depends on few variables and stuff. So let me just save everything. I don't know why it's asking me to save this, but let's do it. Okay. Yeah, I really would like to give you a torch. I really would like to give you a torch. Really. Can I do it without you getting 1000 torch, getting in, moving in the same place, or no? I mean, I can do it two ways. Or I give you a torch when you pass through the portal. Which is probably the easiest, actually. Yeah, it's probably the easiest, because I pass through the portal through a teleport command. Okay, let me think about it. I pass through the portal through a teleport command. Yes, exactly this guy, right? So this trigger portal is the one that actually asks the server to teleport you to the labyrinths. And so this trigger portal and so this trigger portal is saying request Drake and teleport. Yeah. So we know, and this is going here. Okay, perfect. And this is going to server side already or not? No, we do it only server side. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. So here we are already server side. Okay, very nice. Very nice. I think I want to add a torch to your inventory here. Now you may ask, how the hell did I get that torch, right? It's a very good question. I have no answer to that. I don't know how you got it. You just got it. You just got it because... I don't know, because the gods gave it to you. I don't know. Because... I don't have an explanation why a torch appears in your inventory, but I think in theory we want to have an explanation to everything, right? Yes, we want. Yeah, I mean, that would be the easiest way for me to implement it. But if we want to find it on the ground... You know what is the problem? I can spawn a torch in front of the player, but there is a chance that he will not see it, or he will not take it, right? Because I know how you guys play video games.
I sense your presence, traveler.
Bro, it's identical.
Embrace my
What the
blessing.
fuck?
You may know me by different names, but in essence, I'm Mother Nature, guardian of all living things.
Fuck.
Having witnessed catastrophes
I
befalling
saved it.
many home
I changed
worlds
it.
across the cosmos. The repercussions of those events will endanger
think it's
the
too much to the
delicate balance
left,
of
no?
the entire universe.
Is this thing modified or not? Yeah, it looks modified because it's not... Yeah, but we failed here, right? We failed on this thing. So I think we moved too much on the other side. And we didn't move enough here. We didn't move enough here. Come on. Bro, this freaking blender that has no back facing as a default will make me mad forever. Forever, forever, forever. Forever mad. Forever mad. This default. Why? Every time I open a file, back facing is off, right? Why? What is happening now? I think it's really bad that it's cut off. I hate it. Okay. Can we... By the way, this thing is super flat. Let me subdivide it a bit more. Well, maybe I'm not looking at the subdivision. There is a weird triangle there. So I will do this. And I will do this, right? So hopefully now... I mean, I can move it up more. But I don't think the problem is here. I think the problem was here. Okay. Okay, I believe. Yeah, I don't have an easy way to test. In theory I should have, but I don't have. Unfortunately. I should have, but I don't have. Come on, now there is a freaking hole. There is a hole. This happened only once, right? If you go through again, it doesn't trigger. So do we want the torch or not? Yeah, I think we want the torch. Do we want the torch to be given to you automatically and we don't care about the story, or do you want to find it? My only problem is that if I give it to you, if I put it on the ground, first of all, it's multiplayer game, so multiple players can join and steal your torch, right? Because it will be just an item on the ground. And second, you may miss it. So I think I have to spawn it in your inventory. So I'm sorry, they will be slightly off topic. I mean, out of character, but I have no idea how to do it else in another way. Okay, so add a torch to the player inventory. So to do this, we can use or/item and then the torch. But this player cannot execute that command. Or we should do... basically we need to do pawn inventory, because I mean, for sure is pawn inventory add, right? But this requires an existing item. So I have to create the item first, right? And I have also to make it persistent. So it's not just a fake temporary object, right? But it's a real object. So I think it's exactly like /item, right? Let me do 1 second. /item, 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 /item. Come on, /item, not that way. This way, yes, exactly. Create item. Okay, create item. Create item. Create item. Target quantity, target quantity quality. Spawn inventory item. Spawn inventory item. So we need a message. We need this message. The target is a string, so I think it's pretty good actually. The only problem is if this function then is doing the checks if you are a game master, because actually this function can be used only by game masters. Yeah, it does. So we cannot really call this function. We cannot. Get a basic stats. Okay, so let me just do something. We have to do something like this. Let me just take a few pieces. But I think that this is what we have to do. So we have to do this. This is getting the stats. Checking the skill, we don't care. Stack count, we don't care. Spawnable, we don't care. This we don't care, we don't care, we don't care, we don't care, we don't care. No, 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 no. No, 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 no randomization. Okay. All of this should be default except for this. But all the rest should be default. I mean, I can still set them, but I think it should be default. This is not needed. This is not, well, this also should be default, right? I think we will get an item quality of 50. Set loaded. Okay, so we need to do this. And then we need to do this. So it's fairly simple at the end. It's fairly simple. So it's these 4 lines. But then we need to save. No, because this is already saving based on. Okay. Okay. So I think we only have to do this. We only have to do this. So cache manager. So this will be torch. This will be torch. Torch. This will be stats. Fuck. I probably missed something. Yes, I missed this. I definitely missed this. Okay. Now, one torch. Loaded. And then we do pawn. And then we do pawn inventory add of our item. Okay, I think this is gonna do it, guys. I think this is gonna do it. I have to recompile. I think this works with any character. Even a character is already created. So, I mean, we can test it with our character, right? It will be fine. It will be fine. It will be fine. It will be fine, it will be fine. I'm drinking water. Okay. As soon as you finish compiling, we can try it. We can try with any character, even our character. The only point is that your inventory should have one empty slot. But new players will have a lot of empty slots, right? So there should not be a problem. And this is when we request the Draken teleport. By the way, is this updated or not? I have to check this, because this may be wrong, actually. Let me see. I have it here. Labyrinth's portal new. Labyrinth entrance portal new. No, this is the old place, guys. So that will fail. We'll teleport you in nothingness. This will teleport you in nothingness. Because this is the old portal. The new portal is here. Now, I don't know if these coordinates are really good ones, but we will see. Yeah, unfortunately this we have it hard-coded. I think it would probably be better to have like a player start with a tag, right? And then, yeah, we should do it this way actually. To have a player start with a specific tag that we can search and then teleport. Because if we change it, like we did it now, right? We would have to change this in the code, which is a bit stupid. It's true that in theory it should never change, right? But now that we redid the level completely, it changed. So it may change again. Maybe. Maybe, you never know. Oops, sorry. Maybe, you never know. By the way, guys, if you have any questions on the game or anything else, please Please ask your questions, or if you want to tell me what you do with Unreal Engine, or what games you play, or whatever. Whatever. By the way, all the music that you hear is from video games, and you can read at the bottom of the screen what it is coming from. Like, for example, this one is, and usually there is also the author, like Andreas Waldetoft for Stellaris. Okay, we just have to check that our player, and let's also check these coordinates 1 second, that our player does not have a full inventory. And let's check 1 second these coordinates, if they actually make sense, if they are good or bad. Okay, it's exactly on top of the portal. Which may be nice anyway, because you go, you know, okay, it's fine. I think it's okay. So let's test the change that we did to the... Oh my god, bro! What the fuck?
Embrace my blessing.
Are
You may
you...
know me by different names.
Is it modifying
but
it,
in
or is not
essence,
modifying it?
I'm Mother Nature, guardian of all living things. Having witnessed catastrophes befalling many.
Bro, I don't
worlds
understand how it's
across the
possible.
cosmos. The repercussions of those
There is a
events
hole
will
here,
endanger
but
the
still, I
balance
think
of
we
the
are
entire
underestimating the
universe.
height. I think we are underestimating the height. I mean, at the moment here there is a giant hole, but here is still not correct. So we are underestimating the position. Yeah, exactly. I think that this hole that we created is basically useless because it's touching the top here. So all of this, very nice, but completely useless. Completely useless. And actually I'm going to move it forward again, just because. So the problem seems to be really, really high. Like probably here. So we have to move this up kilometer or two. Right? Now we are stretching all the textures. But fuck it. I mean, I don't think we reached this point. But in any case, I wanted to have the tablet like touching the wall, right? So this is why I don't want this to go too much to the back, right? So that is the tablet is touching the wall, is not like flying like it's flying now, but yeah, the top definitely. I think I need a better way to test it in the editor, because otherwise I go back and forth, you know, 100 times. But okay, apart from that, let's do the other test. So let me drop all my torches. So I will not have a torch in my inventory. I will destroy this torch. Can I destroy it? Yeah, boom, destroyed. Doesn't exist anymore. Do I have other torches? Because I have a million containers. Yeah, I have a million torches everywhere. Oh my god, how many torches? No, I don't want to have any, because I would like the game not to stack with an existing torch. Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh. A torch disappeared. Really? Maybe it was not a torch. That is kind of strange, actually. That is very strange. But anyway, it happened. GG. I don't have other torches, other containers, right? Okay, so if we go at the third, at the teleport, which is island number 3. No, I need after island number 3, because island number 3 is the city, right? It's the vision of the city. What? Isn't this island number 2? Alright. Yeah, this is island number 2. Why is saying 3 and it's 2? Ah, because these two are identical. Ah. Okay, we didn't store the coordinates of number 3. Okay, but anyway, number 3 is. Let me fly a second. Number 3 is this direction, pretty much. Slide me forward. I don't know, 300. I'm in the middle of nowhere now. No, I'm in the middle of nowhere. What the fuck? Oh, why? I went so far that I have a problem. It seems that the second city doesn't exist. Ah, I see it. Okay. Okay, I had a moment of panic. Okay, so this is island number 3. So let me just store these positions 1 second so that we have it. So island number 3 is, because we may need it later on, 316 976 471 083 and 2124. Okay, but then we need the exit, right? The exit is there above. Now this will be closed. Yeah, obviously it is closed, but we don't care. We just cheat and we go through, and then we reach the exit by cheating. Now, why the portal? What the fuck? Why the portal is not here? I think we never tested this, huh? Or you have to speak with the guy.
It will lead
Yes, you have to
to
speak
where
with
we
the
have
guy.
gathered all the chosen races to build defenses.
Yeah. This is
Strong
broken,
enough to
huh?
withstand the ancient evil as we uncover its weaknesses.
This is broken.
Thousands are journeying, just like you, from countless chosen worlds.
Ah, no, because I said 150. I said 150 max distance instead of 1500. So okay, wait. There is a mistake. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Because I changed the visibility of that thing to 150. But it's not 150. 150 is 1 meter point 5. It's not 150 meters. So I have to change it in the editor. I have to change it in the editor, and in particular, I have to change it. Yeah, I have to do a test anyway to be sure that I didn't forget stuff, right? Because it may happen that I did something stupid, right? Yeah, this portal, I think I said max distance, right? Max distance, yeah, 150. Is 150, 100, so is because is 150 meters. 150 meters. Did I do the same thing with other stuff by mistake? No, I didn't do it here. No, I think it was only the portal that was wrong. So, okay. Should be good now. It should be good now. Let me take this position so we have it. As this will be last trigger. Yeah, I changed this level recently, and so all these coordinates I have to fix and retake and whatever. Last entity. Okay. Okay, now we can test. Where did we re-import the? No, we should. Huh? So let me re-export this. Yeah, because we want to do at least two tests at the same. Two tests in one shot. Otherwise. So we are testing the change in the portal and the change in the cave geometry. Right, because otherwise every time we start the game is like 1 minute, so dun dun dun. Okay. Okay, so now we see the portal, yes. So, I think when you are here, even if you don't have the shards, you will be able to exit anyway. Right? Yes. Did I get the torch? Ah, fuck. I didn't ask for an inventory update. Correct. So the inventory is changed, but the torch, yeah, the torch shows only when I move it. Okay, so that's a big problem. So we will fix that. We will fix that. We will fix that. And the way to fix it is because here, I have to refresh the client view. have to do two things then. Yeah, for sure I have to do this. For sure I have to do this. So this is basically refreshing the player inventory, right? And we need it, otherwise the torch is there but you don't see it. But the problem I have is, should I save the item, right? I think I have to save the item. I think we did a mistake. No, not a mistake, because in the other cases the item already exists. We are just moving it, right? We are just moving it. But in this case, in this case, we don't save it. Why we don't save it? I don't think that this is saving it. I don't think we the schedule removal is never implemented. No, it is implemented. There is something else we have to check. We will have to check one day, but not today. No, I'm thinking why the item is actually not immediately saved, right? What do we rely on for the, because this is only a logical creation, right? There is only a logical creation. This is only a logical creation. This is the loot randomizer. Then we have this set loaded, but set loaded is just saying loaded through, right? So it's not really saving the item. Then he's doing character inventory add. I don't know if this one is actually saving it, but I think this assumes that no. He's definitely not saving it. There is a save, yeah, but only if he's inside a container. Saving in container. But here we are doing item save. So in reality, inventory add is saving the item. Okay, good. So we don't have to do it again. Then I think we are saving items a bit too many times, but there may be some cases where we save the item twice. Looking at this. Okay, but this should do it, right? This should do it. Anyway, the torch, we got the torch, it's just that we didn't get an inventory refresh. But that's fine. What do you mean teleport failed? No, I think I... Yeah. Okay.
It will lead you to where we have gathered all the chosen races to
will
build
lead you.
defenses, strong enough to withstand the ancient evil as we uncover its weaknesses. Thousands are journeying, just like you,
Really?
from countless chosen worlds.
From countless chosen words? Holy moly. What do you mean countless? Mean that you didn't count them? Ah, okay. You didn't count them, why? So these coordinates suck, so I'm going to change them. It's 66, 5, 9, 3, 5, 2, 3. Okay, this is a better position. Okay, guys. Okay. I believe. Let's recompile and see if we can get our torch properly. So now every player will have a torch. Yay! Yes! So now that he has a torch and he has an item in the inventory, we can actually ask him to equip it, right? As a kind of a tutorial thing. So you get your first item, you're like, yes! Bow, bow. Sorry, I got distracted by some stupid jokes. What are we doing here, huh? What are we doing here? We recompiled and so we test, huh? Some stupid jokes. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Some stupid jokes. So you don't have a lot of questions. I see. Well, that's fine. Do you have a lot of answers? Boo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Pow, pow, pow. Okay. We can do this, boys. Okay. We don't have a torch, huh? You see it is empty. We go through this. You really need to enter, huh? Do. Holy shit! We crashed. We crashed? No, but this is not a normal crash. There is a stupid crash that has nothing to do with us. I don't believe it. The client crashed. With the client crashed with an error on asynchronous loading. I got this crash 1 or 2 other times, and I couldn't really explain it because I think also the other time was during a teleport. So it was the engine loading stuff and messing up. So I don't think it's anything in our code actually. This is a bit scary, huh? That is quite scary if you ask me. Probably now we will have the torch and we will be in the dungeon. Yeah, exactly. But that is not a good test, so we want to test it for real. So... can you click the torch, please? So we want to test it for real. I'm not very happy about the crash, because I don't know... What the fuck? I don't know what is causing it. Not very happy about that. Oh wow, that's a long string actually that I pasted. Is the error is the error that was automatically copied to the problem? The problem is that when you say something, it stays on screen based on the number of characters that it contains. So this may be like 1 minute, right? Fuck. Okay. Anyway, we don't have the torch. We go through the portal. I think it will not crash again. And we will get our torch. Fantastic. Okay, so apart from this thing that is still on screen because it's based on the number of characters.
I sense your presence, traveler. Embrace my
Bro, I
blessing.
cannot believe it.
You may know me
I'm starting to
by
be
different
annoyed by
names,
this. What the
but
fuck?
in essence, I'm Mother Nature.
Okay, let's move it
Guardian
down.
of all
Let's move it
living
down
things.
by...
Having witnessed catastrophes befalling
I mean, the
many
back is
home
better
worlds
now.
across the cosmos.
By the top, there was not this
The
freaking
repercussions
thing.
of those events will endanger the delicate
Sorry.
balance of the entire universe.
Can this thing go away, or do I have to restart the game to have this go away? It doesn't have a max. So if you type a text that is like 3 million lines, right? I don't know what is the maximum you can actually paste in the chat. I think there is no maximum. This thing will stay on forever. We can consider this a bug, actually. It's still on, it's still on. Because the text is infinite. The text is pages of text. We should probably change that. I mean, it's not something I want to do now, but I'm annoyed by this thing that we cannot find the right mix. Okay, we need a better way to test the freaking face on the screen in the editor, because otherwise we continue to do it wrong. We continue to do it wrong. And it's not good. Bro, this thing is still there. Does it multiply and so it becomes... I think it multiplies. I think there's a multiplication of some kind. Otherwise it would have been already gone. Or maybe he fucked up and he just GG'd out and he put an infinite number. Maybe he put 0 and now that becomes infinite. Possible. But anyway, do we have a way to properly test the positioning of that thing? Because we cannot find the right position, right? We cannot do it. We cannot do it. So if this is the trigger, right? What is this trigger doing? I want to see, I mean, for Xiosia locations, okay? Xiosia locations. Location 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what location is this? I have no idea. There is location number, trigger number 0. Okay, so if it's trigger number 0, I assume that we take the location 0. Okay, so it will be this location. Okay, so if I copy this location, so if I drop the tablet here, if I drop the tablet this, and then I paste this position and I paste this rotation. Okay, it's not touching anything. What the fuck? Do we scale it? Huh? Yes, we scale it 1.5. Okay, we scale it 1.5. Okay, we finally touch the thing like we touch it in the... Okay, so this is the freaking position. So, or we change the position, like now that we have more space at the bottom, we move it we move it down. And so it doesn't freaking, but still it does. Still it does. I don't understand. I don't understand how it's possible. GG. GG seeing the polygons this way. Okay, maybe like this we see it, right? Maybe like this we see it. So, we have the same problem here. We have exactly the same problem here. We have exactly the same problem here. But let's say, let's take, okay, let's take this line, right? This line where it does this thing, right? Where it does this line, is this line, and this is the thing? Yes, I think so. So this line is this line, right? And the tablet is touching, so the tablet is going to the second line and then half of the next. So it's going to the second line and then half of the next. So it's basically coming here, right? Now, okay. Yeah, but I don't see how the fuck it can... Ah, it's the rotation that is fucked. It's the rotation that is fucked. Well, the rotation is actually looking at the door. I mean, looking at the entrance somehow. Okay, can we move it? So if I move it like this, it's even worse, I guess, right? Yes, if I move it like that, it's even worse. And by the way, it's less centered. Well, I don't know. It's okay centered, but my problem is this angle, right? Where the fuck is that angle? The problem is that we have, I can hide it, wait. I can hide the extra stuff. Okay, my problem is this angle. My problem is this is this, right? 100%. This is this, right? Oh, I moved it. Yeah, this is this. So the tablet is hitting this part, right? The tablet is hitting that. Yes, is hitting exactly that point. Is hitting this point. So what the hell did we modify then? Is hitting this point. 1, 2, 3. Is hitting this point. So what the hell did we modify, huh? It is exactly what we modified. Well, yes and no. Okay, let me modify it more. So we take all of this, and I would say all of this and all of this. I think I have to do face correctness because now I moved it so much that, and we move it up, right? Significantly. Okay, now I moved it like 3 meters up. But now we can test it directly without going crazy, and you know, we can just export, re-import. And we can see it here, right? We can see it here directly. Does it move up or not? Yes. Ah! Finally! Okay, now it's not. Now it's not crossing anymore. Oh my god. Okay, done. GG. GG! If you type this, you redeem GG. GG! Okay, we can close. Okay, so the torch is done, and the tablet is finally in a position that is not fucking everything. Okay, good. That is very nice. So now that we have the torch, right? Now that we gave the torch to the player, I don't know exactly where, because it doesn't really have a lot of space here, but I would put... I mean, we are pretty sure that it will go through this. It will go through this, right? We are pretty sure. Where is the next? Where is the next trigger? Where is the next trigger? Good question. No, the next trigger is down there. So. Nice there. So actually, you know, after we saw that, here I will place the new tooltip, the new thingy. And no, that may be super far. Yeah, it is super far. It is so far that we cannot even drag it here, I guess, but we will try. Wow, I did it. So we will place a new trigger where we teach you about the inventory, okay? We teach you about the inventory. Hey, I think the only place is here. Because here we are sure that you have to go through this. There is no possibility for you to skip it. So okay. One day. Wow, that was really down. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So if we place this thing here, you cannot miss it. And what we will say, let me put in a place that you cannot, right, miss it, because I can also make it bigger. It's not a problem. I can make it box. I can make it yeah, like that. So it's impossible you miss it. Okay. Okay. So even if you crawl, try to crawl below it, you okay, and this one will be trigger number 13, right? 13. So this will pop up a new tutorial entry. And this tutorial entry will be 13. And it will tell you what? It will tell you, it will tell you, something like the gods gifted you a torch or whatever. Or we can say the only item you were able to salvage in your travels was a torch. Okay, so at least there is a bit of an explanation of why. Was a torch. Open your inventory pressing I. Open your inventory by pressing the I key, or by pressing I. Open your inventory by pressing I. It looks like an L potentially. Yeah, well, I can do like I can do lowercase. Yeah, absolutely. Open your inventory by pressing I, and then equip the torch by dragging it into the empty area in the middle, or by dragging it on your, I think is the left hand, right? You cannot, yeah, on your left hand slot. Okay. A torch from the god, exactly. A torch from the gods. Well, I actually said that is the only one that you are able to salvage in your travels. The only one that resisted The only one that resisted. I can also say, do you have a better phrase? The only item that survived the warp travel. The only item that survived the warp travel. In reality no, because if you open the inventory before, you don't have it, right? So if you open your inventory before the travel of the portal, you don't have anything. Then you travel through the portal and you see the torch, right? What I can say, maybe I can say different. I can say you see a torch and you pick it up. It's now in your inventory, right? But if I do that, which actually explains that you picked up a torch, right? This will generate a weird thinking into the player that items are picked up automatically, right? And it's not. So I don't want to say that, because if I say you picked up a torch, right? The only item that survived the warp travel. Or we can also say something different. We can say you I don't know, because there is appearing before, so we can say what I can say, guys. The gods have gifted you a torch. Yeah, it's a bit weird that a god is gifting you a torch, like Hula was saying, right? So it's a bit weird, right? That you, I mean, please give me a full armor, a full plate armor, right? Not a torch. I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? Could be a torch fell into your bag from above. I think I will not give an explanation. I will just say I will not give an explanation. It's a bit of a pity, because I like everything to be in character, right? And actually roleplay explainable. But in this case, I don't know what to do. I mean, I can even say you see a torch on the ground and you pick it up. But then I have to say normally in the game you have to pick up item yourself, right? But and so it's a bit stupid, because the player would say, oh, then why you didn't put it on the ground and having me pick it up, right? So why you are not teaching me the right way? So I think whatever we type is wrong anyway, so whatever we type is anyway wrong. You know what I will do? I will do this. I will say you check your belongings. But anyway, that screen is out of character anyway, right? Is out of character anyway. So the pop-up screen for the tutorial is out of character, because it's telling you press WASD to move, right? So I think in the pop-up screen I don't have to be in character. I don't have to be in character. So I will just do it out of character. So to check your inventory, press I. Press I. I think it was nice anyway that it was a bit in character, but to check inventory, press I, then click the torch and click again Actually, you don't have to drag it. You have to click. So, and click again in the middle area. In the middle dark area, in the dark middle, in the whatever, in the empty area in the middle. In the empty area in the middle of the inventory window, or click on your left hand slot. The left hand slot is the shield, right? So it's the shield icon. The shield icon. Okay, I would say this. I think it's okay. Okay, so let me re-import the tutorial. So this becomes 13, right? This becomes 13, and this becomes 13, and here we have 13. Yes. Okay, let's test if it works. But I think having a torch for the players will be very, very important at the beginning. Because so many of them said that it was too dark, they couldn't find, you know, they couldn't see anything. And also our game, unfortunately, is a bit dark. I don't know, it was less dark before we did the switch to the new lighting system, but unfortunately at the moment our game is kind of dark. And so if you don't have a torch, you may find yourself in trouble. And I think a lot of people really got problems, right, due to that. And so now that we give one torch to everyone, every new player, I think it's so much easier, right? Also because in the tutorial area where you arrive, there are the 2 towers, and some of the levels of the 2 towers are very dark. So if you have a torch, the problem is solved, right? So I think that this is solving so many problems just by giving a torch. I was thinking to sell it in the first NPC. The problem is that would be too late, right? Because you go through the caves that are very dark and you may not reach the NPC, right? Okay. So now, now what happens? Now we should have the face in the proper place.
I sense your presence, traveler.
Finally.
Embrace my blessing.
Okay, so this
You may
is...
know me by different names.
There is not
but
cut
in
anymore.
essence,
Okay, fantastic.
I'm Mother Nature, guardian of all living things.
Now we
Having
go
witnessed
here.
catastrophes befalling many home worlds across the cosmos.
And here
The repercussions of those events will endanger the delicate
can give them
balance
special
of
light
the
when they are in the
entire
labyrinth.
universe.
What do you mean a special light? What is a special light? So now we will trigger. Check your inventory. To check your inventory, press I. Then click the torch and click again into the empty area into the middle of the inventory window, or click your left hand slot shield icon. It's not very clear though, huh? I mean, it's like, what? Click the torch and click again to the empty area. Okay. I click the torch, click in the middle, okay. Click the torch, click the shield, okay. Now the guy will say, what if I click the sword? It doesn't work. Okay, so the tutorial is right. Very nice. Oh, now I can see things, yes! Okay, so you have the torch, right? You have the torch. I teach you about inventory.
His work has
Just
just begun.
I know, Zeratul, but we will win anyway at the end. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, now what do we do? Do we need other triggers? Yes, I want this other trigger because just today a player arrived here. A player arrived here, right? A player arrived here. He saw the bridge up and he said, fuck, the bridge is up. I cannot open. I cannot go, right? And it just disconnected here. It just disconnected here. So to solve that problem, right? We can do this. We can first expand this trigger area. So to be sure, for example, that if he's going here, is triggering anyway. Or we can put something here that looks like, I don't know, a button or whatever, so that the player actually goes here. Plus, we could put here, right, a tutorial trigger, so a pop-up window that says something like, "Oh, you reached the civilization. You see some houses and things. You see some fortifications. So go close to the bridge, and the people will let you pass." Something like that, right? So we can give an hint that they have to go here, or we put an item. We put something here. I don't know what. I mean, what can be an item that you use to call the people on the other side? I have no idea. I mean, the idea is that you go close so the people see you, and they move down the bridge. So that's the idea, right? The new tutorial looks great. I hope so. Thank you. I don't know. We will see what people say. I mean, I can put a particle effect, right? But the particle effect is completely again out of character. So it's like, what the fuck is that, right? I mean, I don't think there should be magic to actually, right? Okay, let's do the two things. Let's do both things. So one, we enlarge this trigger. So we are sure that people are not missing it, because for whatever reason, people are missing it at the moment. People are missing this trigger. I don't know how they managed to miss it, because it's huge and is next to is in front of the bridge, but they do. So maybe I can even make it. I mean, I can even make it really big, right? The only problem is that if I make it like this, and you want to trigger it again because maybe it is up, you will have to go back a lot, right? You will have to go back a lot, and so like if, until you stay within the trigger, it will not trigger again. If you go out of the trigger and then you go in again, then it will trigger, right? So the problem is that if I make it too big, I don't think I should make it deep. I think I should make it wide, because if I make it deep, I think people will have the opposite problem, that they will stay inside the trigger and they will never trigger again the bridge in case the bridge is down. Because what may happen, right? What may happen is that this is something maybe we can solve actually. So if the bridge is already down, can we make it so that the bridge goes down You know what I can do, guys? I can remove this trigger completely. I can have the bridge down. And no, because it's multiplayer, then it's GG. No. If it was single player, I could have the bridge down, and then the player goes through and the bridge goes up, right? But then if the next player comes, right, we need a way to move the bridge down again. And or we put a timer that is automatically going down again, or the solution of this trigger is anyway a good solution. The only problem of this solution is that player 1 arrives, the bridge goes down, then the player goes here, the bridge goes up, player 2 arrives, the bridge goes down, right? And this works perfectly. But if player 1 is going up and player 2 arrives, the bridge will start to go down again. So no, I think he waits the full move. Yeah, he waits the full move up and then it goes down again. Why not have a little bell the player can ring? It's not a bad idea. The player can ring. You mean an interactable object, huh? You mean an interactable object. Yes. Actually, this trigger is an interactable object. But it's an interactable object by proximity. So in reality, this trigger that I cannot click anymore for whatever reason, but okay. GG trigger, cannot click it, there's no way. Okay, it's gone. It's gone. But anyway, a bell. A bell. Do we have a bell? We don't have a bell. Can we get a bell easy? A bell. What do you mean 12 triangles, 600 quad? You have to decide. I mean, it's one or the other. A bell. I like the idea. No, but we tell them, Hula. We tell them with the tutorial thing, with the tutorial pop-up. So I put a tutorial pop-up here that you cannot miss, right? So I put another thing. Like no, like that, like that. Yes, I put another one here. Wait. I put another one here that you cannot miss because it's covering the whole area, right? And what? Bro, why I cannot move it? Come on. Okay. Like this, right? I put here a thing. As soon as you see that, right? It's a bit of a pity because you have the pop-up in your face as soon as you see that, but fine. You will just close the pop-up and then you are happy again. So this will be I don't know, 12, no, more, 15, No, more. 20. I don't want you to walk like on the sides, you know, and miss it. So it's something that you cannot miss. Okay, like this, you cannot miss it. It's impossible to miss it. Okay, so you will get into this thing, and this will be trigger number 14. And trigger number 14 will say 14 will say you finally see some civilization, a fortress. You notice a bell on the edge of the gorge. You can so some items are interactable. Right click, interactable. Why it doesn't like it? Interactable. Right click on the bell and to use it. Okay, now we need a bell. Okay, so we re-import this. And we, oh my god, I just watched the time. It's 12:35. Holy shit, I need to go. But yes, we can import the bell, and we can have a bell, and we can also have a sound actually. And I think this would be way nicer, because actually the way the people were noticing you was not understandable before. I mean, why the bridge was going down, right? While now we can more old and rusty. Okay. Bell OBJ, Bell FBX, Bell FBX. We can do it. Hey, more old and rusty. Yes, we can. Well, I can change a bit the texture. We can see what we can do. We can see what we can do, okay? We can see. I have to go though. I just want to see this bell, and then I just want to see the bell. What is the bell? Bell. That's not bad. It's a bit low poly if we make it big, but I wanted to make it not super small, because anyway you have to call people on the other side of the... right? What about a gong? A gong is too much. What about a gong? I don't know. I have to go. I will think about it. So is either a gong or a bell or something. I have to go. It's too late. But anyway, yes, I think we will put there, and this will be an interactable object. So you will have to basically right click on it, right? Right click on it. There will be the use icon, right? And yes, the use icon. Ah, this is what we can say to the player. This is another thing that we can tell him, is to click on himself, and that he can do emotes, and he can do all the stuff if he clicks on himself. He can also look at his bio, right? I think we can also add this as a pop-up, maybe in the third island. Yeah, we need a way to call the guards. She can be small and not need to be rusty. Really? Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. Meanwhile, if you want to click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that's always a good idea. And also remember that our game, incredibly enough, one of the few on Twitch is released. Okay, so we are making a game that is actually released, believe it or not. So if you want, you can play it on Windows, on Linux, and on Mac. You can just download it right now. The server is up, waiting for you. Why not? Bye. Bye.